north boundary line from Mr. Philip Myers' logging outfit up there, and it will involve both sides of the road. And this is now opened up for discussion from the public.
I've got a question. You said it's on both sides of the road.
Yes,
What about how far on the side where the church is at? Is it where all that grass is mowed up to that point? Is that where the line will be on that side?
I don't know where that boundary line's at, but I would assume that would be like what you're saying. And we do have water up there, of course, no sewer up there. So we're going to get this incorporated. Of course, they have places in the river that they have water inside the city limits. They have those too, so this won't be a problem. And once this is approved, Mr. David Lestage can help Mr. Welber with it, or Mr. Welber may be able to handle this by himself for the paperwork to get this incorporated in Merryville.
Right.
So all we're doing here tonight is, if there's any objection to moving the city limits, but it would incorporate both sides, the east side and west side of 190, up to the Mr. Philip Myers county line.
Right.
On the north side. And maybe,
Now, what the number two there, side by side means or something?
that is something else.
Okay. You know, it would have been good to have locations on the other side there, so we do the locations, but I guess, you know, the measurement of the property on that other side and everything, so we got it's a good thing. Now, we get this here approved, and this will be tonight, it'll be approved or disapproved.
It'll be approved tonight.
When will he start paying taxes to?
Well, I assume after it's incorporated through the lawyer, and we get all the final paperwork done, then it'll be official then. So we're just making a move right now tonight to get this done. And Mr. David Lestage said there's not a whole lot to this, so Mr. Welber, he may not need no help with it, but he said he'd be more than willing to help Mr. Welber with the paperwork.
Do this have to go on a vote?
Yes, sir, in our regular meeting.
I mean, can council pass it or do the people have to pass it?
Well, if there's no objection to it tonight, at this special meeting here pertaining to moving in city limits, then it will go on our agenda tonight to be voted on.
There's one time we tried to pass it, and we had to vote for it, they cut it down.
The only time I remember done it, and you was on the council too, but it never got carried on. What Mr. Lestage told me.
Yeah, I know Larry, they had it up, and I thought it done been done, but obviously the company wasn't complete.
On the wall there. Looks to me like, where the thing is, when it gets right there on the north, it just goes straight north. And then go across, like there by Phillips. But then how far east you go?
Well,
that church is not the only thing that could be easy and even involved.
I think if not mistaken, Philip on the boat property, he church property.
What I've heard him tell me that he allowed them to have 6 months rent free at the river, the church up there. Then they're going to pay him for 6 months rent, and then what happens from there, I don't know if they want to buy it or he's going to continue to rent it to them. I don't know what's going to happen after that.
But my question is right now, Philip Myers does own
Yes,
a
sir.
certain amount of property over there.
Yes, sir.
And he'll have the boundaries of that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good deal. No brainer.
Of course, he's got a tax number, an ID number that Philip does for that equipment he buys, but that's only good to a certain amount, and you know that equipment costs us high dollars, so when we get this incorporated, we will generate a little sales tax dollars. And he doesn't have a problem with this, he's already covered it.
Well, I would think he would enjoy, probably go going to us better than it would to the river or something. So that's a good thing.
We just going up the mile. Now, last time we had, we out on San Lake Road.
I don't remember that.
So that there, I think that was on the water lines that we was talking about then, running the water lines up the Sand Lake Road.
It tried to move the ceiling out there, but they moved it down.
Didn't know about that.
Yeah.
This right here really ain't affecting anybody other than Philip Myers. He owns both sides of the property at this moment. And
Now, the water line out there, they had a book for that. We said the money, if we ran it out there. Water line.
but they did run the water line out there.
Yeah, I mean, we got the money for it.
Well,
Usually let this run a line there.
the way I understood all that about that water line is there's a valve up there just past Foley's Churchyard. And see, up there at the junction, they was trying to develop their water system. And if those lines ever came back down this way, that they was gonna reimburse the town with water lines that was put in up there. Going back into Sand Lake. And so the town would be involved, or that would belong to the junction area. That's the way I understood it.
I think the Justice is trying to get a water system themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
So they run their line down.
But they got a little $60,000, you talking about that up there at Trout Creek? Yeah, they got a little $60,000 grant, but there's no water in that line.
They ain't never looked it up.
No,
They never looked it up, and then pay us for whatever.
Right. We'll get, no, I probably shouldn't say that now, but this is Mr. Semo over here. He's the Louisiana Rural Water Association. He's gonna give a water survey when we go into our regular meeting. Mr. Semo over here.
Have you take your break, it'll be about another 17 minutes. Cup of coffee.
Coffee right in there. I guess it's not that.
Yeah, there's some in there.
I'm gonna set up the screen, there's no electrical plug, I have to go over there with the screen. You got it turned off?
Yours plugged
That
in here?
turned off?
No, but it's okay. Go ahead, it won't bother it.
Did you see the game in front of that? You see the game?
Yeah. You? Pretty good.
And then we got out there and taking on line pad. We got a good rain game. We'll put it out there. Put it out there.
First year I ever had, it didn't have
He's gonna sort this out when he doesn't need it.
Didn't notice it. I've seen him for there was that one hospital baby.
Did a water survey, and he's gonna.
Let's get out of here.
You go home?
Pretty good.
Let's do your drink for that.
Tomorrow.
They asked me if you have something to drink. I'd let them down, so. I always tell that, but she just keeps on getting them, so. Is you nervous today? You called in office?
It has always been that
You
way.
didn't get called in office
I
today?
did.
Well, you should have known. What do you think?
6.5 years.
Yes, if I was okay, then that's what happened.
2 years.
Yeah, she does.
Not only that,
Next thing you know, we use the
It's always
Well,
How are you doing today?
Yeah, tell me.
Oh, I have to turn in my money.
You don't have your forage paper?
I'm pretty sure you said it on the thing and you said don't pick up.
You're gonna get one. I'm gonna go send you one station. You need to do it. We're gonna have food competition one day. Y'all can bring it and take it out. I know. Y'all gonna cook dishes. Y'all gonna cook dishes. We're gonna have because you know, if they have
Me and her can be on the team. We can be on the team. You guys can make a good team.
but they're gonna have December 1, no, January 5th, where you can, they have certain competitions like orange dishes or vegetable dishes. If you make a dish and go, if you win, if you get first place there, you get to go to the regional. If you get first place there, you get first place.
If it's on the 15th, then
You gotta be perfect birthday present.
she's barely.
Because you could, and then you bring it up. So you can have.
We'll try.
And we're gonna start plant some flowers, we're gonna, you know, like under the big sign at school. One of our first projects is we're gonna go down and put some flowers in
Like
there.
where the,
You know, the sign is out by the road.
the parking lot.
You know, the sign is out by the road. But it's always so good. So we're gonna get some, maybe some fall flowers and put some in there, some orange and orange and. Coach Mike, he's a master gardener. One thing I'm doing in the spring is us to do like a miniature garden where we can create something and maybe capture it and use it.
We already had 2 gardens this year. One garden had peas. One garden had peas, and the other one had cucumbers, tomatoes, watermelon, cantaloupes,
The pawpaws and all.
and
You know,
we also had
yeah.
fried okra, so
Did you can any of that?
we kept some.
Did you do any of it? Take it in her jar, take it to the center. And I got the tags so clear that you can get it in person. Or if it's, you get a fair book, and it'll show all the things you can do, like if you do crafts. Or if you do cookies, you can do that too, or some of your cookies.
I can make spaghetti, spaghetti, all of it, just tell me what to do.
That guy suspended.
Well, now, like, first we bought cash for it. We're gonna do the smart. Don't come out.
I can bring home a cake. I can bring chocolate chip cookies. Chocolate chip. I'm just like, peanut butter, white sugar, and 2 eggs. But I don't put as much sugar as
They will make us graham crackers in the bottom, chocolate pudding,
crushed graham crackers.
chocolate pudding.
No, different. Then you put condensed milk, coconut, and chocolate chips.
Okay. I'm not a coconut eater.
You're not?
I hate coconut.
I love coconut cake.
You don't need it, put it there.
Have you ever had roasted coconut pieces like that?
I don't even like to see all the coconut.
I love it. I can drink a whole can of condensed milk. It's so good.
That would put me in a coma. So my blood sugar would drop.
Coconut
It's healthy. But I think green cheese is.
Jack
You're the worst kid in
will
there.
be one.
You have no idea?
His dad was a fourth.
I know Merryville eat rose pine.
Tell you up.
I got your sister's Facebook page.
Well, she not put this video of here.
I'll give you some.
Like, you know, this triumph thing, like,
Well, then I guess I'll
This year. You gotta get ready to get ready for them. Well, you know, let me tell you what happened. I was hooked up for a day. Then I got to talk to him. I said, "Hey, I'm gonna get that up for you. All you do is go to So last year, not in this 13 years, so this week, the group I was supposed to go last year, I'm gonna take them to the laser tag in a couple of weeks. Because we missed that. We might do that.
walk through the door and just scratch mom his face.
Call your mama, Mimi?
Actually, I called her and because it keeps moving down.
Yeah, he will.
And then my dad It's just not
Yeah, we finally got our KPLC back. I called and gave them a good lesson too. Oh, yeah. I did get that. $10 off the bill. You got $10 off the bill for the thing. Yes, I did. I told them that you didn't pay me more, have to wait 45 minutes to talk to somebody. Y'all said that $10 because of. Yeah. Now, lucky I didn't have to crack up there.
That's funny.
I've been itching to use that thing for the last couple of days.
Why you like that?
No, the air.
We gotta get her.
Well, she's talking. You know.
I know. I've had so many Facebook requests, Kim and interviews, all kinds of stuff, and I just can't accept it. Well, yeah.
Coming down, so. That's the old mountain, Lord, but everybody will have.
He said they went to the law, said don't go to jail. You get a day lower than that, that's go for it.
That's over, absolutely.
So, okay, so this is going to take request within 6 minutes. Is Becca on
I
the
think, and I think from the night, before we get down to 60.
Are you gonna do it?
This is long as it's stop.
We were picking monkey down over at,
Yeah, the porch was
somewhere.
what was that?
She was right there.
In my room. I figured there can't be love.
Oh, I know. Because, they're bad, I like to go park that car.
I was calling him.
Yeah.
Except my red house.
I've heard that before, I never tried it.
David, do you know if the trash truck was going up
I
today?
thought I was telling Jennifer, I didn't see him in town today.
Nobody's
I
trash.
didn't heard anything from him.
Got some special
I
stuff.
called him in the morning.
They'll probably be here tomorrow. Usually if they don't come on Monday, they're here on Tuesday.
They're gonna wait till tomorrow, they might get a gallon of trash from me. From the trash truck.
Oh, well.
Yeah. You can use,
This is close an hour away from Dallas.
Kind of like.
You're right next to me. I'm pretty sure Trent when he moved. But you know, I did. He said to my friend real quick. I've been through that. He moved.
Okay, this special call meeting is closed. Now it's 6 o'clock. We'll go into our regular meeting. I appreciate everyone coming. Would you please stand as Mr. Starks will lead us in a open prayer?
Let's pray together. Father, we thank you, Lord, for this day. We thank you, Lord, for the blessings we receive through your mercy and grace. We thank you, Lord, for our town. We thank you for our council, Father. We just ask that tonight that we would have the wisdom that you give us and to use it, Father, and all that we do will be pleasing in your sight. In Jesus' name, amen.
Remain standing and pledge allegiance to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Does council have any add-ons to the agenda amendments?
Yes, I would like to add resolution 090814.
Okay.
for the resolution that we need to set.
I second.
Okay.
And what number do you want that?
Three, number three.
Under old business.
No, under new business. But I've changed this up a little bit. Well, I've changed this order up a little bit. Yeah. Okay, all in favor of the resolution, let it be known.
Aye.
Unopposed, okay. Do what? Yeah, well, okay, I hear a motion to add Mr. Semo to our agenda.
I make a motion.
Second.
Okay, all in favor? I'm voting Mr. Semo be added to our agenda tonight. All right, I hear a motion for the approval of minutes as presented for the regular meeting on August 11, 2014, and the call meeting on August 19, 2014. Motion made. Second? Second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, none opposed. And then we have the approval of the financial statement for August 2014. I hear a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
None opposed. Thank you. Okay, under mayor's comments, some people, and maybe a lot of people, TWL had came in back in June. They was going to overlay, you see the signs that are up, to overlay off 190 down to the schoolhouse. Their rock, which is stored over at the barn, does not meet specifications. I've been trying to call and find out who is the owner of this rock, but I just get the runaround. But that's what the holdup is right now on the overlay on the road. This coming Friday night, our football team will be going to Pickering. If you get a chance, go support our team. They won last Friday night. Running big time, old road time. September, this coming Saturday, there's going to be a Bethel Church on 111, right there going to Anacopa Creek. Brother Roy's church area. They're going to have a live auction and a barbecue at 11 a.m. starting at 11 a.m. This coming Saturday morning. September the 24th at 7 o'clock, they're going to have a flagpole prayer up at the schoolhouse. And if all possible, try to make that. That's September 24th at 7 a.m. Miss Jackie, today, she notified me that she'd like to know when Halloween was going to be. That's not on her agenda for tonight, but I'm just going to make an announcement. It will be October the 31st. They have a ball game on October the 30th, but this is the 31st, which is a Friday night, will be Halloween. And next month, we'll set the time on that. But you had to get that on her calendar, what she told me today. Want to know what day Halloween was going to be. So we and her, or she told me she'd like to see the 31st, or we'll set October 31st, Friday night for Halloween. Movie night at Jeff Cagle Pavilion will be moved to the 20th because they got a ball game here on the 19th, isn't that right? The 19th ball game here. And that'll be movie night at the Pavilion. And that's all I've got under mayor's comments. Under our old business, we had a special meeting here this evening, extending city limits to the north corner of the property located at 1087 Highway 110 West. And that was the north end of Mr. Philip Myers' logging place up here on 190. And that involved both sides of the road. I'm going to ask now for a motion to extend the city limits.
I make a motion.
Can I,
Yeah.
do we need to say anything about how far we're going to go the other way, east and west?
So as long as you're going north, it would
extend the original amount. Are you doing this just for city limits purposes or for
Sales tax.
sales tax? It's going to, if you extend it north, it's going to, as wide as it is already, it's going to
It's
continue.
going over the way it is now. My second.
All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed? Okay. And, next under old business is the side, and Mr. Chief Kelly, I understand he's sick, so his officer's here tonight, he's going to explain this, what they've come up with.
We've talked about it, but it didn't bother them much under the old administration. The only time we're gonna fool with them, if they cross 110, 389, or 19. On the side streets, we're not gonna fool with them. And after they're acting stupid, yeah, we're gonna say something about it. But as long as they're riding them with sense, we're not gonna fool with them unless they cross either, like I said, 190, 110, or 389.
How do y'all get that privilege to do that there whenever, Mr. Starks read the rules on for statewide? So in other words, they can come up a long day and on this here and go down Fraser all day long, or what?
It's officer discretion as to whether they write a ticket to them or not. All we can tell them is get off the road, but there's been so much headache with this side-by-side issue. We tell them one thing, and we say something to them, next thing you know, they're calling Mr. Eves there, complaining to him because we said something to him about riding on the street.
I believe state law requires a licensed driver.
Yeah, they got to be a licensed driver. Now, we're not going to let kids run up and down. Yeah, state law does state you have to be a licensed driver. But then again, by the rules set forth by the ATV companies, you can be 16 and operate, but you cannot operate on a public roadway unless you have a license.
Right.
And you have to have a licensed driver with you. But if they're not out there, because I know we have problems with kids wanting to get out there and act stupid on. I was a kid once, I know what they do. But as far as, I don't have any problem because you got some people that like to go visit, say where I live, if I want to go visit my neighbors that live down the street, I don't feel like cranking up the truck and driving. I get on four-wheeler and I ride a quarter mile up the street in the neighborhood where I live.
So y'all made a rule and put it in black or white?
It has not been put in black and white.
How come?
That's the chief. I mean, we've talked about it, and I'll sit down with him and we'll get it typed up and bring it
I'm just
forward.
trying to figure out
Right.
how we're going beyond the authority with the stuff that we've read before. That's all I'm trying to figure out. You know,
Well, I think what they're trying to do is what we asked them to do last time, is just use some common sense.
And that's all.
Without us having to pass ordinances,
Yeah.
I don't think we can pass.
Well, according to the state laws that I read, as long as they're not on the highway, we open it up.
Yeah, as long as they're not acting stupid,
Yeah.
destroying property or anything like that. Use a little bit of common sense about them riding it. And as long as they stay off the 3 major highways we have running in town, they're not gonna have any problem.
Right.
My only big concern would be if there ends up somebody coming around the corner, or somebody operating, they end up having a wreck or something on it, and we authorize them to do that. We ain't gonna get stupid over, they ain't getting stupid, we're gonna let this here happen, then there's an accident involved and everything, then our insurance has to be involved. I don't know. I don't know everything about it.
I'm gonna,
There's a lot
yeah, I'm gonna do a little more
to be considered.
research on it, and by the next meeting, I'll have something definite for
I
him.
really think that's all the lawyer needs to come involved.
Y'all really need to write a policy on that.
And I'll do some digging, do some research and everything, get with Mr. Welker and go from there. That way,
River got a rule where they can run down the roads up or only in 190 or 170.
well, I know, like the town which, granted, they can't be side by side, they have to be golf courses. But they can ride everywhere except on Highway 99 and Highway 9. And I can go as far as going down there and find out what they did to get their ordinance passed, because the state allowed that.
I personally recommend no ordinance of any kind on the books, or a policy that would allow, that would open the city up to liability. So I would advise a strict enforcement of Louisiana law and not allow any kind of side-by-side ATV or any other vehicle on any road in the city of Merryville. I think you could open yourself up to too much liability if you go outside the status quo of every other small town in the state of Louisiana. Especially to put something right into it that would specifically allow that to happen. I think that would.
I can just see where an accident happened, and we don't allow it to go on.
Yeah, because I know that they're down there, they require them to have insurance on it. You have to show proof of full coverage insurance. It has to have turn signals, mirrors, the whole 9 yards. And you have to get it inspected yearly, and it was like a $10 a year inspection.
Things like that, you can't do that, that's.
Let me ask you something. Is this a really big problem for me? Do you have just night and day running up and down the road? Okay.
Every great once in a while you get a call. Like the other day I was going down Neil Oilfield, there was a guy riding his. He was riding sensible. He turned off there on Gerald Lane going towards Daniel 20 and I pulled in there. Because I thought it was a kid running from me. Well, when I pulled in there, he had turned and he was sitting there waiting on me. And it's like I told him, I said, you're riding with sense, just keep it off the road. He said, I don't have a problem with that. And usually, I mean, it's not like it's an everyday occurrence with 50, 60 kids riding up and down the road, just want to ride them, just to ride them. It's one here and there, and usually you tell them, hey, don't ride down the road, you don't have no problem.
Biggest trouble I think, some of the kids get these things real loud. And people, some people sick and they're just trying to sleep, and they blending that thing. That's where the bottom comes in.
Yeah.
They usually come out of the trailer park down there.
And I will get you a copy of the state laws that I've read.
They say, "He's coming soon." They take fire on the shit.
But not operation of an off-road vehicle on Buck River.
I would take into consideration, a town lawyer.
That's why I said I could do some research and then get with him. If he recommends us not go any further as far as allowing it to happen, well, it's not a lot of me. Just be prepared for the telephone to ring off the city hall.
I don't think it's so much confiscating or anything else. Somebody out there can catch them off the road.
Yeah. And I usually do about that like once, and I tell them,
then you know.
and I tell them, if I get you again on the road, I'm giving you a ticket, and I'm told. And it's no sweat off my back to sit out there on the side of the road with 30 or 45 minutes waiting on the roadway to get here from the river to haul and impound.
I'm like the governor over here. We have to comply with state law. Other than that.
Yeah, I don't have a problem riding with these and towers, but.
Mayor, what would you like to do?
You try to teach some common sense, you get that great pocket.
Well, you know,
You get no back pocket time to do it, no way.
You're teaching some sense.
and that's, I'm not gonna override state law.
He's pretty well going the same direction. I could just, my main thing here, we're here to protect the
town
town
liability.
and the entrance and the liability as well. An insurance, we just got through having our insurance go up because we had a police officer did something wrong. And matter of fact, that insurance dropped us, we had to go to another one, and we had to pay more money. I don't want to see somebody out there and come around the corner, they ain't expecting nobody to be on the four-wheel or something other. And sometimes young people don't use the best of common sense, all about common sense. If something happens and they press it in there, there's gonna be some questions asked. There's gonna be a lot of insurance out there investigating everything else. Then of course, we're gonna have to turn it over to our insurance company. It's a no-win situation. I like to see everybody enjoy, they spend pretty good bit of money.
Oh, I do, but don't.
And I like to see everybody enjoy it, but, one guy here last month said the state reserve that, hey, we go out there and walk these things, but they knew that was,
You can't
outside
get
deal,
it specifically tells you when you buy them. You know how much they're gonna work with it.
absolutely, so.
That's what off my back out. We can enforce it and roll with it like that.
But see, you got another problem here. The chief, he came to me and told me that he's compromised with his police officer what to do. And I'm sure this word is out in town that they can ride on the side of the road and cross the road without getting a ticket, which I'm not in agreement with that. So, but the council here is one to make a decision on what you're gonna do with this side to side.
I saw kids riding the side of the road one day, and the police stopped the road, you still on the side of the road. It's all right, but you get off the side, then you
Even on the state highway, if they're riding in the ditch, there's nothing can be said to them.
right.
But if they touch the asphalt or the main part of the roadway, they're in violation of the state law.
The main trouble is,
But you can't ride on the sides of these streets without tearing up people's yards, because somebody will get mad about it.
Yeah.
the main trouble is that most of the towns, of the streets in town, do not have that can ride on.
Unfortunately, our job, coming out to work makes everybody happy. Probably ought to inform the insurance company what you're doing, so they'll be prepared to say goodbye.
Yeah, that's right.
Drop you in a heartbeat.
Well, I think the police department knows what the law is, the state law. We don't have any laws, and we're not going to pass any, so I think it's our consensus. If they know the state laws, I think we need to leave it up to the police department to enforce those as they see fit. That's not fair.
I agree.
I agree too.
Could I hear a motion on that?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor of that?
Aye.
Not opposed?
Opposed.
One opposed. Passed. Left way side to side. Okay. Moving on to new business, and Mr. Sebo here, he's from New Iberia, and he's came up here this evening. I want to have him first because he's got a long drive back home. He's going to give us a presentation on our water system here and overview of everything back more on Merryville.
Okay. First of all, y'all haven't gone up in a long time, you know. It's been a long time since y'all gone up, and prices have gone up on chemicals and supplies and everything. They have gone up quite a bit. Another thing that I noticed that y'all have done, the businesses in town all have different rates. Businesses should have one rate, and that should be the only rate they have. Since y'all have flat rates, then y'all need to make a flat rate for all businesses except the ones that use a lot of water, like the housing authority or the school board or something like that. Y'all need to get meters, first of all, to regulate your water so that you know how much water you sold versus how much water you produced. But that's left up to the council. I didn't put any rates on so much and so much per thousand. I did it on a flat rate system. For y'all's businesses, y'all need to raise it up. Like some of them, y'all have $13, some are $20, some are $35. There's two of them that's $35, you know, and there's one that's 100 TC and INV of Beauregard is $100. Well, the rest of them, the police, jury, school board, authority, and the nursing center, and the post office, all have different rates. Y'all need to try to have y'all's businesses, not the tax exempt, but the businesses under the same rate, so that everybody, whether they have a toilet or you know, like Antioch Baptist Church, they probably only have a toilet. So y'all only charging them $13. Y'all are losing money. They're charging $13. A flat rate of $13. Y'all are losing money. Y'all giving y'all's water away to somebody. So they need to pay more than that to be able to, so that y'all aren't losing as much money. Now, and another thing I noticed was, under y'all's rate schedules, everything is put under payroll expenses. Salaries in general. Everything is under payroll expenses. That's the girls, the men, and everything is under one. That's why get rid of this. That's why y'all salaries are so high. See, y'all salaries is $98,000, that's too much. That's, for a small town like this, that's too much money. But that's taking into account all the girls in the office and all the men on the street and everything. That's 60% of y'all's total salaries. Y'all's total salaries was 164, but 98 is 60% of it. That, and 40% is charged to water. Well, what about street department? What about other departments that, you know, y'all don't have it set up for that?
That's a different account.
That's a different account? Okay. So $164,000, that's just water and wastewater? See, that's way too much. You know. Also, y'all's insurance is only on the one thing. Y'all don't have any insurance on y'all's wastewater at all. It's all on the water. It's all put in the water. That's why the insurance is so high. I divided that by 60% too. The insurance here, it shows $36,363. That's insurance for water. That's pretty high for insurance. But y'all don't have any insurance at all for sewer. It's only for water. So it's being put into water account, the sewer insurance. Is being put in the water also. And like y'all don't have an account at all for sewer under a vehicle expense. Y'all don't have anything at all for that. Y'all sewer, y'all don't use any trucks at all for sewer? You know, yes ma'am.
That's the code schedule that we've always done by.
Okay,
That's why it is the way it is because of the chart of accounts.
okay. What EPA likes to do is water to stand alone and sewer to stand by itself. And gas, if y'all had gas, they want y'all to charge whatever account it's supposed to be getting. If payroll, if vehicle expense, if 40% of your expense is used on the water, on the wastewater, then it should show that. 40% of that should be charged to water and 60% to wastewater, to water. 60% to water and 40% to wastewater. That's what, y'all don't have it accounted all for sewer on the vehicle expense. Y'all don't have that at all. Y'all have the insurance, the supply. Supplies y'all show $33,600 for supplies. On the supplies on sewer, y'all charge $7,100. That's a big gap from 33 to 7,000. That's a big gap in supplies. Maybe y'all use more supplies than water. You know, maybe y'all don't. It depends. But
Where did you get that supplies for 7,000 something? I'm lost.
okay, first of all, y'all's account doesn't show sewer at all. It only shows water. But what Jennifer gave me is sewer and water. The account on the sewer and water. And they have supplies on the sewer here, $7,152.
Speak that we got supplies of $7,095.
Yeah, it's $795.
Supplies. That's office supplies. Supplies on the water is $33,679. That's a lot of money just for supplies in the water department. That might mean some chlorine, but why do y'all use more chlorine in the water and less on the wastewater, on the sewer? Repairs and maintenance. It's $9,000 here, and on sewer it's $18,000. Why is there such a big difference in $9,000 on the water and $18,000 on the sewer? You know? So it's being put in the wrong account. Y'all use that much for repairs and maintenance on the water and $18,000 on sewer? Now maybe y'all did a bunch of repaired some motors and pumps, maybe on the sewer. That's where we put on the supply. Professional fees on the sewer, you have $158. Professional fees. Professional fees is $6,700 something for water. Did y'all spend that much on water? Y'all only spend $158 on sewer? Professional fees, you know. Now that might be testing. That might be part of your testing when you have professional fees. It might be part of it. But whenever I came up with expenses, came up a total of $199,000. Now that's a long ways off from what it really should be. It should be about $100,000. 109. That's what y'all's next budget is. $109,000. Y'all need to go up And the rate schedule. Now, what y'all collecting residential rate now is $4,900.
Is that monthly or yearly?
That's monthly. That's 380 people times $13. Something about that a month. Yearly rate is $59,280. Your expenses are $199. Really about $109 is where your expenses should be. That's at $13 at 380. Now, what I did also was this figure here, which is what y'all's residential rate is, plus y'all's business accounts, plus y'all's tax exempt. And that's where I come up with 121. That's about what y'all's expenses are right now, is 121. And that's about where it should be. That's about where y'all should be at. But that's $20. That's at $20. The rate if y'all charge $20 instead of $13, it's $20. You'll get that per month, $760 per month. Plus, if you go up on your another $7 on your business side, and another $7, well, whatever y'all's expenses are on your tax exempt, you know, like the school board and things. And the school board and the housing authority. If y'all go up on them too, then y'all are going to be about where y'all need to be for the expenses. Go up to $20. Now, I'll put down there $24 and $26 too, to see how much you would make per month, per annual, and everything. But that's a big jump from 13 to 26. From 13 to 26 is a lot.
$13 is doubling the water bill.
Yeah, that doubling the water bill. People are going to be right. $26 is too high. But $20 is about right. Now, y'all should go up $3 or $4 a month for the first year, and then every year after that go up 50 cents. You know, that should be. But it's been so long since y'all have gone up that y'all need to go up high the first time. The average water bill in the United States is $27 to $32. That's what your average bill. And y'all can see $13. Y'all are very well below it. $13. But now, some places are high, like Lake Charles might be high. A small town like Delta might be at $12 a month, flat rate. But y'all need to go up to about $20 to be able to meet y'all's expenses. And if y'all go up that much, that's $7. People are going to gripe with $7. That's $7 a month.
Well, there's a lot of people here in this town that don't even work. They're on Social Security, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get that kind of raise on a yearly basis when it comes around.
I understand.
I can see $3 or $4, and then maybe the next time pick it up, and I understand it should probably be a raise. periodically and everything, it wouldn't be so painful. But in some cases, maybe
Now, the best rate, the best rate, right now, at $13, okay? Your older people, I'm gonna call you people that are on a fixed income. That's a man or a woman, or a man or a woman that's on a fixed income. They may think $12 or $13 is fine. Whenever you go up a lot, like $7 a month on them, that's gonna hurt them, you know. But if you had meters, you could stay at $13 for the first 3,000 gallons. A person on a fixed income, a man and a woman, don't use but about 2,000 or 3,000 gallons. So they'll just pay $12 or $13. Right now, $13, if you have a couple that's married and have 2 or 3 kids and they take showers and all, and they use $15,000, $20,000, 20,000 gallons a month, they pay the same price as that person on a fixed income. They pay $13. If they have a leak, they may use more water. They're not going to fix that leak because they only all y'all charge is $13.
The only problem with that is, I don't know where we went ever increase the cost of putting in all those meters. Because we don't have
Not to
meters.
mention the fact that already the water leaks that are already out there that nobody knows about.
There are grants and there's that you can get free money to put meters in. And if you get a USDA loan for water department, you will have to have meters. It will require you to have meters. That's most municipalities are going to meters. Delcom has just decided they're going to go to meters and they're going to purchase the meters. Now you can purchase the meters, they're about $25, $30 a piece, depending on the type that you buy. And all you have is 380 that you need, you know. And you have 26 businesses in town. That's the housing authority, school board, stuff like that. Theirs will probably be more expensive to meters for them, but the residents, they're about $20, $30 a piece. And they're grants, and yes, you may have to borrow some money through USDA or somebody else, borrow the money to put the meters in, but you're going to find that the person that uses a lot of water, $15,000, $20,000, 20,000 gallons, is going to pay more than your fixed person on your fixed income. And your person on your fixed income, you can put it at $13. And if they use over 3,000 gallons, it's $2 per thousand after that. So at the most, they're going to pay is $15. If they use 4,000 gallons, the most they're going to pay is $15.
What do you think the average usage is for, like, a couple on fixed income? I mean, like a couple in a house. What is the
fixed
average?
income? My wife and I uses about 45, 48, or 52,000 gallons. Not 52,000. 5,200 gallons at the most. That's the most it's ever been, is 5,200. My son and his wife and their 2 kids were at the house, and we used 6,000 gallons in a month. But we usually use about 45, 48. And that's about the average of 4,000 or 3,000 gallons. If you have a little old lady that's on a fixed income that lives by herself, she might use but 2,000 or 3,000 gallons a month at the most. So she's going to be paying the minimum. She'll be paying the minimum, whatever y'all's minimum y'all make it. If it can be 2,000, it can be 3,000 a minimum, whatever y'all want to make it. But that way you're not going up on the people that's on a fixed income, you're going up on the people that use a lot of water.
How much money are we losing a year right now?
Ma'am?
How much money are we losing a year right now?
Right now y'all losing probably about $25,000, $30,000 a year. And that's taken away from your roads, from fixing your roads. That's taken away from whatever the council decides to use it on. Now, a lot of people are high on the gas, where they make a lot of money on the gas, and they supplement the water and the wastewater. But that's not the way EPA wants you to do it. They want you to charge your gas rate, charge your water rate, and the sewer rate according to what your expenses are. It's left up to y'all. If you don't want to go up, I can show y'all how much extra money. This is what you make right now. This is what you're making right now for residential. Plus about $1,423 on tax exempt and $700 on businesses. And that's, you know, you can't put all your burden on your businesses because the businesses are what run the town. It's supposed to be in, you know, businesses. You don't want to discourage people from businesses from operating in your town, you know. And you don't want to charge all the money, all your expenses to your residents either. So that's where it kind of split up. But right now, you're collecting $4,900 plus $14 for tax exempt and $700 for businesses. Now, if you go up to $20, okay, this is what you collect per month from 380 people, residents, and this is about what you'll collect with your businesses, with all your businesses in the tax exempt people. This is about what you make. That's about what y'all make.
How much did you say the meters cost? The residential meters?
$38.
The meters from $20 to $35, $40 a piece.
Okay, so that first bracket right there, the 380, where we're getting $4,000 a month, roughly about $5. And it says here the yearly income total is $59,000, but the yearly expenses is $199,000. That's a deficit of $113,000.
But I think those expenses are wrong. I think the expenses it should be down. It should be around 110. But now 59 is only your residential. That's only residential. That's not business or tax exempt. That's only your residential. You'll have 380 residential rates, residential customers, and 26, roughly 26 businesses.
Change that all over the water line.
On you,
Yeah,
I know you're here giving us the breakdown and everything, but do you one of the ones that sell the meters or something other?
No, sir, I don't make anything. I didn't charge y'all anything to come here tonight.
That's just my question.
We don't make anything at all.
Yeah, totally understand that.
No, sir.
Thank you.
We,
Ain't paid through the state.
we're getting paid through the state and the federal government. Energy tax are paid through the state, and circuit riders and the wastewater tax are paid through the federal government.
Well, I think it's obvious we need to do something, we plan on doing that.
And
What we're doing here tonight is just a presentation of our water and sewer. And just as all we do
look at it and see what we do.
Ours is that to start out low.
We don't have to. They don't like
$7.
go up $3 or $4. You know, you don't might want to go up $3 or $4. But my recommendation is every year after that, they'll go up like 50 cents or something like that, so that eventually y'all will catch up after 4 or 5 years, you'll catch up.
Is the sewer on a separate bill? Another way, pays $13 for the water.
It shows on the water bill, the sewer.
And then there's the sewer. So we would only raise the water and not the sewer?
We're only talking about water right now.
Just water. Now, my father-in-law, he lives in a small town south of Fort Worth. He pays $100 a month. He said it's his water bill. So I looked at it, his water bill is only about $35. His sewer bill is about $40, and the rest is garbage and stuff like that. So it's not just his water bill, it's everything.
Yeah.
And part of living in different locations.
Yeah.
That's the case.
And when you live in a small town, this hurts you. This number right here hurts you. 380. Now, if you had 3,000 customers and you had to spread, say, $20,000 over 3,000 customers, that's not a whole lot of money. But whenever you figure just 380 and you figure $20,000, $30,000, that's a lot of money for a thing to pay. 380. And businesses, only 26 businesses. You can't put everything on the businesses. You got to charge your residents too. But all businesses should be paying the same thing, except if they use a lot more water, like the housing.
You got that car wash over there, obviously, that is deal that you use a lot of water.
Well, how much are you saying that the housing should go up then?
I don't think so.
You'll have a car wash?
Yeah.
What's it called?
I mean, what happens if that business decides to not use as much water that month, and we've already got them on the high water bill list?
Okay. Take, for instance, the Baptist Church. They're paying $13, and the Bible Believers Fellowship paying $13. That's the same rate as your residential customer. They should be paying more. They should be paying more because they could probably use more water.
So they only use it probably once a week.
Yeah.
Only use it once a week.
Thursdays and Sundays, and depends on.
How about Bell South? It's $20 a month. They pay $20 a month whether they got a leak or not.
Charge them more.
Not enough.
Safety fee.
All your businesses should have the same thing, except the ones that use a lot of water. Now, y'all have a car wash, what's it called?
TC Investments.
How's that?
TC Investments.
TC.
That's the most expensive one.
TC or DC?
TC. T as in mom.
Thank you.
We'll see here at all.
Which one's the most expensive one? Which one's the most expensive on the list?
Most expensive on the list is your housing authority fee.
How about
That's exempt. Non-exempt, the heaviest one is TC Individual Board Guard.
That's
That's the car wash. You see, let's say they use 100,000 gallons a month. That's a lot of water compared to $13 for residential. So they should be paying more. They should be paying on the water that they use, not the water that y'all think they may be using. You know, and that's like the Bible church. You know, maybe they only use 2,000 or 3,000 gallons a month. Then they pay the minimum if y'all have meters. If y'all don't have meters, but businesses are in the, yes sir.
would you recommend implementing meters on businesses now or in the near future, and then working the meters into residential purposes? Or?
Several municipalities do this. Say you have 380, or with the businesses 400 and something, 406. What they'll do 1/3 now, this year, and 1/3 the next year, and then 1/3 the following year, and then they'll start charging by how much water you use. They wait till everybody has meters, then they start charging. Now, businesses, if y'all want to put meters in right now, that's fine. A 1-inch meter is about $800. It's more than a residential 3/4 inch meter. You see. Now, if you get a 2-inch meter, which somebody like the housing authority, they probably take a 2-inch meter to read them. You're talking about $2,000 for a meter. Just for a meter, for a 2-inch meter. You're talking about a lot more money, you know, for businesses. Now, like the Baptist church, you could put a residential meter in there, 3/4 inch meter, you know, be about $30, you know. But some of the other businesses, they use a lot of water, like TC in IMV Beauregard, which is the car wash, you know, they'll probably take a 1-inch meter because they use a lot more water. You know, they probably take a 1-inch meter. But the rest of the businesses here, probably a 3/4 inch meter would be probably 18 meters would be 3/4 inch, and the rest of them would be 1 and 2-inch meters. You probably just need 1 2-inch meter and the rest 1 inch on the rest of the county. But out of 18, you can use 3/4 inch meters, and they'll pay so much. You have to set a rate for them. Like the first 3,000 gallons they use, maybe they'll pay $13. Anything after that, they'll pay like $2 per 1,000. So if they use 5,000 gallons and it's over 3, y'all will make it 3. So then they'll pay $13, $15, $17 a month. It won't be a big jump for them, but at least they're paying for the water that they use.
In Beauregard, do you have any idea how many little towns that don't have meters?
Beauregard, I don't think there's any.
Except us.
Vermilion Parish has got a couple of them that I know of. Sulphur doesn't have meters. They have a flat rate. But their flat rate in Sulphur is probably $30 a month. You know, where y'all's is 13. Theirs is probably 30, 25, 30. I didn't check.
So in other words, we would gradually raise ours up, say $3 initially, and like you say, 50 cents each month after that, and don't utilize the meters, be out that expense, would probably be all right.
Sure. Like that, you'll be getting paid for the water that's being used until you can put meters in. Now, you understand, you have to understand something. If you don't have meters, people will not fix their leaks. They'll have a leak in their yard or their toilet will be leaking and they won't have it fixed because all it's going to cost them is $13 a month. Whether they fix it or not, whether they use 5,000 gallons or 3,000 gallons, they're not going to pay that extra. They'll leave. Now, once y'all put meters in, and if y'all put them in like a third of them 1 year, and a third the next year, and a third the next year, it makes it more feasible for you to come up with the money. But whenever you have them all installed, then you can put them. Now, you can have Cadillacs. You can have Cadillac meters where you can read them right there from City Hall at the computer. Jennifer can press a number on her computer and get everybody's water usage in the city. That's a Cadillac. Youngsville has
They're
it.
pretty expensive too.
Yeah, they're expensive.
So in other words, when they almost have to have another employee, hire another employee to go around and read all of those.
Not necessarily. If you have a drive-by meter that's meters with an antenna on them, all you have to do is get within 50 feet of it, and it gives you the number of the meter, and then you press it, and it automatically reads that number.
It'd be more expensive than the regular meters.
Yeah, and you look
They're
at
a little
payroll,
more expensive. Yeah.
gas,
How much?
maintaining the vehicle.
That I don't know. I don't know how much more expensive regular drive-by meters are. But I know they have come a long way.
It'll still take an extra person to do that.
But
How much are you saying the housing needs to go up?
Ma'am,
How much are you saying housing needs to go up?
not just housing, the businesses too need to go up too. But you only have 380 residents here. So
She's talking about the housing authority.
Housing authority, how
Oh,
much are you
yes.
saying it needs to go up?
Okay, yes ma'am, they need to go up a little bit.
How much is
Because
it?
they use a lot of water. The housing authority uses a lot of water.
They pay a lot too.
Yeah, they do.
Yes, they pay $780 a month.
2,700.
Plus they have the housing authority A, which uses another 400 something. So altogether, that's about $1,200 a month. They pay.
We just recently, everybody's reasonable there, so. it'd be-
The nursing center, they all pay $100. The nursing center uses more water than that. That's why y'all need to go up on the back again.
Okay, so we go up on the water, and the nursing home and all the businesses. So you know where that money's going, right?
And I
When that raises,
got,
nursing home's gonna raise up their costs to collect the new water charges. So it's sunshine, and car wash.
I'm like here.
Housing authority.
I put them on the businesses first, you know, and start charging them first. Because take, for instance, the Beauregard Parish School Board, you'll charge them $100. I can guarantee you they use more water than that, than $100. Because those urinals run all the time, 24 hours a day. If they shut them off, there's some kind of a deal where when you turn them back on, they won't come on. So they stay on all the time. That's running water all the time. And that's your biggest user is your school board. Is the one that at the parish school boards, schools are the ones that use the most water in most municipalities. It's the school boards. Schools they use, and they pay $300 or $400, $500 a month. And the parish knows that. Beauregard Parish knows that. They know they're getting their water cheap. They know they're getting it cheap.
They put it right now.
But it's hurting Merryville. Because Merryville's not being able to make their expenses to pay for the water that's being produced. Altogether, I told up, water production. Water production. Water production is 90 million gallons, 191,300. So that's 91 million gallons that y'all are producing from y'all's two wells, from what I've heard about.
Do you know what the average household in Merryville uses
Ma'am?
gallon-wise? The average household in Merryville uses gallon-wise, just the average household?
I have no way of knowing how much gallons y'all use. You know, because y'all don't have meters. So there's no way for us to measure how much water is sold. All we have is a dollar amount, what y'all. And if you multiply 380 times 13, and you add the 1423 for your tax exemption number, and your 400, 652 you can find, and you multiply that times 12, that's a month that y'all get. You multiply that times 12, you're going to show that you, let me see, I figured that out too. Y'all make $85,000 a year. And y'all's expenses are about $110,000 a year. So y'all are about $20,000 to $25,000 less than what y'all make. And all I have is a dollar amount. I don't have how much y'all actually sold, how many gallons y'all actually sold. Because y'all don't have meters, we have no way of knowing. The only way that they can do sewer rate, a flat rate on the sewer rate, is go by the water rate, how much water you use. And you don't know how much water each customer is using. We figured, in the state of Louisiana, the average water usage for an individual is 6,500 gallons per day. But since y'all have a flat rate, people are not gonna fix leaks, they're not gonna fix their toilet if it's leaking and stuff. So we figured y'all are probably getting about 7,000. That's probably about what y'all are using, or the average citizen is using about 7,000. Okay. Any other questions?
Any other questions for Mr. Simo?
Spell your last name wrong.
S-I-M-O-N. Between the Sabine River and the Mississippi River is pronounced Simo. Everywhere else is pronounced Simon. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Simo, I appreciate all your work.
I need to thank her.
Okay, moving right along here on the new business. I've got it down as number 2. You may have a different number. The amendment of the budget. July 14th through June 30th of 2015. I hear a motion on that.
Make a motion to accept it as written.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed? Okay, thank you.
Jim?
Mr. Welcome. Mr. Pettit wants to change his vote on the side by side. Would we need to take another vote? Letting him change his vote?
If you did, then you would be sure that is correct. Or you could have a revote, or you could call the division and ask each person what they voted since it was verbal.
I'm gonna take another vote real easy.
Still be voting?
Side to side, let the chief lead make the
Side to side, he wanted to change his vote.
So,
We need to do that.
Someone called the division because it wasn't verbal and each person didn't acknowledge. So if that happens, then you would poll each person and then,
Oh, each person.
I mean, you call a division on the vote. Usually the occurs right afterwards.
You want to read the motion and read it, is that what?
is that what they need to redo?
There's a few ways to do it.
Just a revote.
That's the
We'll
one.
do a revote on the side by side. I hear a motion for that.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor of that?
Aye.
Okay. Mr. Allen, how you vote on that side by side?
Yay.
Okay, Mr. Allen, or Mr. Mark. And then Mr. Allen, you're yay. Mr. Barnes, yay. Mr. Stars.
That's.
I read all on the side by
We
side.
voted on, let the police department enforce the law.
One of us followed it all.
And everybody voted yes. Except Al, when he wanted to change it to yes. So he's asking you if you still yes.
One of us followed it all.
So real live on that.
Okay.
Okay. We have received our contract on our sewer project. And we have to have a resolution in the letter that we received to, so I can act on this resolution before signing the paperwork. And that we going back to Baton Rouge. We need to put this into a motion that I can act on behalf of the town for the sewer project. Do I hear any discussion on that?
I make a motion that town council authorize Mayor Eads to act on behalf of the town of Merryville with all matters pertaining to this project.
I second it.
All in favor? Opposed? Okay, thank you.
What about that vehicle, did it need to be added to the budget?
That's why we amended the budget, so it would be.
Yeah.
All right.
Then our financial, okay?
Yeah.
Now, next is a public participation, and it's open to the public.
I have something. Since we're discussing raising certain things, make a discussion of raising maybe some court costs. You know, finding out where missing tickets are, you know, kind of get into that as well. Because court costs has been raised and
Well, we have an ordinance on that, yeah, you make a reservation for raising that, but, we'll have to put that on the next agenda for next
I
month.
mean, it's something to consider.
If that's what y'all want to do, no problem.
We're gonna,
The court costs,
we're gonna
raising the court
discuss
costs.
any decision on the water business today, or?
I've got you a little information there, but I'll maybe some more information next month. And I've got it, I haven't given it to you yet.
But anything that you want to add will take effect January the first, right?
Right. Well, what about this, you want to put that on the table for next month,
Yeah.
raising court fee, is that all?
I said
Is
it too.
that
What
agreed?
is the court fee now?
$30. Unless it pertains to a certain item, then it goes up a little bit more.
What's
Now, when you talk about court, what you talking about?
75?
Town court?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the levy sent out by the commission? Is that effect?
We did that next month,
There you go.
next month.
And I generally stay out of trouble.
Is that y'all's wish?
Yeah, it'll be fine, mate.
Add it to the agenda for next month.
Yeah, I had to send it next month.
Then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, think about it.
Think about it, talk about it.
Talk about it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else from the public? If not, I entertain a motion to adjourn